So you picked out the perfect granite for your kitchen, and then 1 or 2 years later you start to find chips like this on the edges of the sink. In this video, I'll share with you how I repaired these chips and made the granite countertop look new again. I'll be using this acrylic repair kit, which includes a UV light to cure the acrylic. I'll leave a link in the description below for this product. First step will be to clean the area thoroughly. Just spray some of your favorite cleaner on there and scrub it thoroughly. Then completely dry it off. Now clean the area with some rubbing alcohol. You can use a clean rag, or in this case I'm just using a Q-tip. The kit comes with an alcohol towelette, but I feel that this will penetrate into the crevices better than the towelette. This step helps in two ways. One, it helps remove oils or grease that may be trapped in there. Also, if there's any moisture in there, the alcohol actually dries it up much quicker than normal. Now dry off the excess alcohol. Using some packing tape will create a little mold to contain the acrylic. To do this, I'll take a piece of packing tape which is 2 to 3 inches longer than the area to be repaired. Then lay it on the counter with the sticky side up. Now I'll take a second piece of packing tape, which is only about a ½ inch wider than the chip, and I'll stick it on the first piece of tape with the sticky side down, therefore making them one piece. You'll want to ensure that there are no bubbles or creases in the two tapes. Now I'll place the tape with the non-sticky side against the chip. Position the tape so it's about a ¼ inch above the countertop. Now press the tape securely against the countertop to ensure there's no bubbles in the area. Because the acrylic is thick, you'll want to apply it in a manner that avoids creating bubbles or cavities. I suggest starting at the bottom of the chip, then move back and forth in layers. If you have a chip that's deeper than a ¼ inch, you'll need to apply the acrylic and cure the acrylic in layers. Try to do your best to not overfill it, because any excess you get in there you're going to have to remove in the next step. Now you apply the curing strip, which is included with the kit. Then use the stick which is supplied to smooth it out. Now I'll use the supplied UV light to cure the acrylic. The instructions say to apply the light for 5 to 7 minutes. Move the light around into various positions to ensure even curing. Now I can remove the curing strip and the packing tape. If you put too much acrylic in, like I did here, you can use a sharp knife or utility knife to remove the excess. Because this acrylic tends to fracture off in large chunks, I suggest trimming it in thin layers at a time. And if your countertop has a bevel on the edge, you can use this method to reshape the acrylic to match that bevel. Use the 220 grit sandpaper to help remove additional excess and to help smooth it out. Care should be taken to not apply too much pressure and to sand just in the area of the acrylic. The intent is to avoid extra damage on the rest of your countertop. You're finished with this sandpaper when it feels pretty level and smooth. Now to remove any blemishes that were left behind by the 200 grit sandpaper, we're going to use some 2000 grit wet sandpaper. Just add a couple drops of water to the sandpaper and repeat the process. Now wipe the dust off and we'll buff it out with some polishing paste. This helps to remove all the scratches and give it a refined finish. You're finished with this step when you're happy with the way it looks. But if you find some areas which are uneven, or maybe you see some scratches that aren't coming out, you may need to go back to the sandpaper step. This has been a DIY Saber production. Hey, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe too.